I've never been so happy to be wrong about what a score would be.
Let's go.
We're so wrong.
Yes, sir. Rub it in.
wrong.
Go ahead. Rub it in. You can do it. Let's go.
LAFC. What is it? 3-0? Over 3. Come on now.
Clean sheet, baby.
I said they'd get the over. I said they'd get the
You're
over.
being too nice.
Because you're right here. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Dude, those guys, I'll
If
give
you
you
keep
them.
going 1-1, I'll have plenty of opportunities. Don't worry.
I'll get
Family
Well,
friendly.
you just did.
Yeah, you just did.
I got
All right, let's get back on track here. This is the 110 Football Instant Reaction post-game show after LAFC just dismantled the Colorado Rapids 3-0. LAFC a perfect 5-0 in home openers.
You know what I would call it? Poetic justice.
Yes.
I like it, Connor.
Yeah.
And with that, welcome in Connor Kalopsis. With us
Great.
is Philly JR.
Oh my God!
Poetic
Sorry,
justice to the turnaround of the
great.
disappointment that we had when we were all together in Colorado.
Yes, sir.
This is what happens when we're all together in our home, our beautiful Los Angeles cathedral of soccer and football.
Great play.
So this is what happens.
On aggregate, it's 5-5 now, right?
Yes, right
Right?
now even.
There you go. We're now even.
level. Okay, so for all of you that are new here, the chat is already lighting up. I'm happy to see all you guys. People calling that we're saying we're going to win MLS Cup. Maybe.
Someone said they don't think we're dropping points this season.
We might not
I like
drop
that.
points. We might never get scored on.
I like it.
You know, I like to say maybe it would have been better if we eased ourselves into it and not have Carlos Vela score a hat trick and keep a clean sheet on the first game of the season.
And-
but you know what? I don't care.
And you know what? Can I defend my co-host here? Maxime Crepeau turned out to be a player to watch. Clean
Yeah.
sheet.
I mean, that's some fantasy points. At the very least, my fantasy came true.
Yeah.
Clean sheet.
Do you think you get fantasy points for punching other players? Mamadou Fall?
I mean, we can petition MLS for that. But
Let's go.
Let's get right into our first segment. So we've changed some things around this year, but still the instant reaction. We're still live. We are in a better place. But instead of doing headlines this year, we're doing something we're calling In Our Feelings.
In our feelings.
It's your immediate reaction, and we've got some visual aids. If you gentlemen could please display them while I try to talk. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Yes. While you
Look at
guys
this.
hold up these emojis. All right, guys. So
Got a
after
trash
every
can.
match, we will be deciding our feelings. We will go deeper in our feelings, but initially we will
Trash
give
can.
you an emoji feeling. The trash can, obviously garbage.
Obviously?
Let's see. The
Unlike
Chicho
broccoli
celebration
being good.
is obviously
Amazing. Feeling great.
feeling great. And then
then
you
the
have
meh.
the meh. So you guys in the chat, we need you to give us your emoji. You can use one of these three, or you can do a different one. But let's not even have pretense. Come on.
Let's go.
In the chat, give us yours, but I'm pretty sure what everyone on this panel is going to do.
Yes.
Reveal. Go. Come on, JR. Come on,
There
JR.
it is.
Philly, you got to pick one. You're holding up
Which
all
one
three.
In terms of what?
How are you feeling right now, buddy?
How am I feeling?
Were you not
How am I
listening to
feeling?
the entire
He was not.
rundown that
He was
I
not.
just did?
How
No.
am I feeling?
Yes.
That's the right one, right? Yes, that's how I'm feeling.
All right, now that you've done your emoji, your instant reaction, would somebody like to elaborate on how they're feeling?
So I'm going to elaborate on how I'm feeling, and I'm going to be the first one to take the microphone here. What I am beyond proud of is to see Carlos Vela buying into Steve Cherundolo. We talked about this earlier. This is his make or break season. Why? Let's reiterate. The team picked up the option on his contract. He's out of contract in June. He has the ability to walk. Does he love LA? Today was the defining point. Does he love LA, folks? He clearly does because he scored a freaking hat trick, and he absolutely shattered Robin Fraser and the Colorado Rapids. Does he want to stay in LA? Yes. Does Carlos Vela want to make money in LA? Yes. Does he want LAFC to win? Yes. That is my take. Carlos Vela buys in. Carlos Vela propelling this team to victory. A hat trick in game one. Welcome back, the King. Cue in that Avenged Sevenfold. Hail to the King.
Some great emojis in the chat. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. The more fun, the better. We love it. I'm going to go with Robert here in the chat. He's saying, am I wrong to think that we were only in third gear? I feel like we could get to a higher gear.
Oh, yeah.
I 100% agree with him, but how do you feel?
Oh, 100%. I feel like we used our midfield much less than I thought we would. I thought that, we would have more with Kellen Acosta in terms of service. I thought Ilya Sanchez was great. Sifu, doing things that Sifu should be doing. But we didn't even utilize our midfield all that much. Mm-hmm. And when you're a team that is able to bring Chicho Arango and Latif Blessing off the bench in the second half to not just solidify the win, but to keep pouring it on, are you kidding me, Vince? This is a scary team moving forward.
I know. It really was a slow start. I thought they had to find their way, kind of find their positional sense. The front three at first weren't pressing very well, which was making them work hard for those midfielders. But luckily, Sanchez, Acosta actually kind of wrestled the game. But then by the time I started to think, like, when are we going to pick it up? It was already 2-0.
Right?
You know, so that's I 100% agree. There's another gear or two to go. Connor Kalopsis, you always have very deep emotional feelings.
Well, I think we use the momentum to our advantage. A lot of the time, you see LAFC scores, and then the other team scores right after. This wasn't the case. This was we score, we're still in the game. We want more. We want more. And Danny Musovski could have had a goal at the end. Carlos Vela could have had his fourth. Like, am I crazy in saying that? Like, Carlos Vela could have had 4 goals.
No, he certainly could.
So it wasn't even close to being 1-1, is what you're saying.
100%. 100%. And on top of that, we weren't in full gear, and that blows my mind. To your point, Chicho and Blessing off the bench. So how I am currently feeling, I'm feeling more of like we proved everyone wrong, not just kind of LAFC fans who are on the fence, but also MLS fans that, you know what, we had a bad year this year. We brought in Cherundolo. We know our guys. Carlos Vela's back. One injury, and y'all forgot that was Carlos Vela. This is Carlos Vela. He just does Carlos Vela things. He goes on that field. He just plays his game. He doesn't even make it look hard.
I know.
So
he might have been in second gear.
That third goal, that was nonchalant.
That was like preseason gear. He was just hanging out.
Well, if you're going to allow the man to get within 16 yards of the goal, pick his head up, and just do whatever he wants, he's going to do whatever he wants.
Right.
Connor, I could tell by your voice that you were in fifth gear celebrating down there.
I was definitely. Can you tell by my voice?
Who is your best player of the game? Quickly.
Who's your best player of the game right here?
Best player of the game.
Who's our best player?
Blessing. He came in the last 10 minutes.
Oh, Blessing.
All right, we love it.
I like it.
There's a star
I love you.
man playing on the right. His name is Blessing, and he's dynamite.
This is so much fun that we get to do this.
We love Max, though.
We do love Max.
Of course. As you can see, look, this is the position that we fought for to be out here so we could be out in the plaza.
College game day, baby.
Which we love, guys. We love being a part of this. I love getting the crowd into it. You know something that we kept from last year, though?
What?
Stock up, stock down.
Okay.
So why don't we go right into stock up, stock down from our emojis? No emojis for this, but if you guys want to continue to use the emojis, we will welcome them. We will definitely welcome them. Do you guys want to go with? Should we get stock down out of the way?
I mean,
we're start the bad news and then
let's get stock out of the way. It doesn't have to necessarily be an LAFC player, but who wants to take this?
I'll go. Pessimistic negativity among people that support LAFC. That is your stock.
You're firing a shot at me.
So many people.
I don't know that
over the course. Wait, I thought we are starting with stock.
No,
you're good.
Start
flipping it.
Stock down.
I thought we were starting with stock.
The graphic. We're messing with our producer back there.
Don't worry. There's clearly a little bit of discrepancy here. Stock up. I mean, without a doubt, I'll still talk. Carlos Vela, the man who's fighting for more money, the man who's fighting to stay in LA, the man who clearly loves this town, the man who scored a hat trick. Charlie Candle just made 2 very loud announcements. One to the front office, John Thorrington, pay me. And to Major League Soccer, I am back. Carlos Vela, stock up. Let's go.
Let's go.
I think everyone would go Carlos Vela stock up if they could, but maybe we try to sprinkle in some different.
I got another one.
Yeah, go for it.
My stock up to this game was Ante Razov. I was watching Cherundolo, watching what they were doing on the bench, and I saw a lot of Ante Razov helping Steve Cherundolo, whether he's in charge of the front three or whatever he was doing. I really liked what I saw from Ante. And to me, look, we know that all of our other assistant coaches left either for Bob Squad or for FC Cincinnati, or I don't know where Zach Abdel is, but he's a really nice guy and we miss you, Zach. But Ante was the one that stayed. And I think Ante stayed because he wants to see this through. He wants to see us all the way through MLS Cup. And I love the way that he coached today, right alongside Steve Cherundolo. Stuck up Ante Razov.
And let me just say, it feels like it's a team now. Yes. I don't know how to describe it. Mark Dos Santos was up there. Ante Razov was up there. Cherundolo was up there. And on top of that, throughout the game, whether or not Mamadou Fall was a little hot-headed in the moment where he started that ball, the players
stood up for each other.
They stood up for each other. The coaches were all working together, and it felt like, no, this is a family. Yeah. You know what I mean? And whether it was Carlos Vela, Latif Blessing, Maxime Crepeau, they turned around and looked at the crowd and got everyone into it. They wanted the fans engaged. They
love
wanted
Maxime Crepeau.
They wanted the players engaged. It feels more than a team now.
So stock up team spirit? What was your stock up? Team spirit.
I like it. I dig it.
This seems very not you.
Yeah, but I couldn't help but observe that was what it was happening.
He did have a front row seat.
Told me that Carlos Vela last year would turn to the team and turn to the fans and start like pumping them up.
How about Steve Cherundolo? Anyone in the chat giving Steve Cherundolo the stock up?
Yeah.
I think he was the unknown quantity in this, and I think he set up the team to be pragmatic,
Yep.
but to basically let Carlos Vela shine, I think.
go.
And also to stick away from mistakes. That was my big key from this game was, and I'll have to rewatch it a little bit, but I thought they really were risk adverse.
They were.
And that's got to be a Steve Cherundolo tactic.
I'd say other than Mamadou Fall.
Yeah. But
Playing vertical balls whenever he can.
well, I wanted to give it a little shout out to Steve, but I think my stock up is all the newcomers today. When was the last time LAFC threw newcomers into a match and they all did so well? Escobar, fantastic.
1999.
Acosta, great. 1999.
When they're all 26, 27.
Ilya Sanchez might be my true stock up. I was such a pleasure to watch him.
He was great.
I can't believe he went the full 90. I wasn't expecting
the way
that.
he moves on the ball. That obviously that pass to Carlos.
Oh,
Right.
Dynamite.
But the way he shifts the play and reads the play and backed up his defenders, I loved every second of watching Ilya Sanchez.
Look, I don't think Kellen Acosta was at his A game today. I think he still has a little bit of a step up to go
Sure.
in terms of what he can provide for
Sure.
LAFC. But that midfield three right there, I'll quote Jessica on this. I don't think I really miss Atuesta anymore.
Oh.
We're talking about Ilya Sanchez, talking about the three in the midfield, but really, that wasn't a midfield that looked shaky like it did last season, even with Atuesta at times. So for all you guys who say that this midfield or some of the players that we got aren't good enough, no, they're
you know
good
what's going to
enough.
happen now, right?
What? I'm going to get canceled
That is
on
getting
Instagram?
clipped. It is going on our social media.
Yeah,
Danny's
no,
probably already
run
on it.
It's good. It's good for my algorithm.
Shut down your Instagram and your mentions for just a little bit because they're coming in hot. They came after Jessica wrongly, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah,
Because
guys.
by the way, we baited you guys. The title is just bait. Listen to what Jessica has to say, and I believe she made a very good point in that.
Y'all play too much.
Yeah.
Y'all get way too heated.
Moving on. Okay,
for nothing.
so Connor has kind of eased us into stock down. Philly, you want it? I know. Hey, graphics are king here. You're good. You're good. Hey, it's my fault. That's on me. I'm the host. I tried to go stock down.
About that all the time. He always says read the monitor, like a Ron Burgundy thing. Like he'll read anything.
He will read whatever's
but
on the
actually, I did the
teleprompter.
exact opposite.
That's my
I was
job.
wrong there.
That's my job. I should have done that for you.
Look,
okay.
my stock down is negative pessimism, and I'm going to actually refer to myself on this. I came into this season. I lost emojis, but I kept this one.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
You can lose
I
those.
was cautious about the season, all right? Then all of a sudden, all these acquisitions started occurring. Then Maxime Crepeau, great star roster, which I will say is still the best pickup that we had. Then Ryan Hollingshead. So many good things have come across. And this was such an important game in terms of setting the tone for the rest of the season. Carlos Vela obviously showing a big thing. So stock down is all the negativity, all the pessimism.
There it is.
So
You got it.
just to be clear, your stock down is negative pessimism.
Yes, negative pessimism,
Is
which
there
is like a
positive?
double negative. Well, I mean,
there
well,
positive
positive
pessimism?
and a negative mathematically still is a negative. Either way,
Hot take from Connor
negativity
Kalopsis.
should really walk out of the window right now because LAFC made a statement today. They made a statement win. And once again, Carlos Vela told John Thorrington, pay me, and he told MLS, I'm here.
I'm with
Stock down,
He
pessimism.
didn't
I'm with
say
him.
I'm here. He said, I'm still here.
I'm still here. Yes, that's fine. Add that word still, I'm good with it.
I'm with MK Beats in the stock who's saying my stock down is everyone who hasn't smashed the like button, and I would add everyone that hasn't smashed the subscribe button that doesn't already.
There you go.
And you know that
doesn't already subscribe.
That
so
little
please get in
bell,
there.
that little
Look,
bell that notifies you. I like that button too.
I think our buddy Rob Risley hit the nail on the head. My stock down is the representative from the Western Conference last year as the number one team. That's what you
Crash
got.
out of CONCACAF Champions League,
That's-
then come here and
Come
and drop
on. That's
stinker.
now you said it in pregame though. They just played like 48 hours ago or something like that, right? They did look a little tired, but that's the best you got.
Yeah.
Let's go. We're going to go back to 2019 where all season we kept saying best in the West and best in MLS, and that is what we are going to be from opening day through 2 games from now, which is on my birthday, through the rest of the season. I had no reason to throw that in except it's my
2
birthday.
games from now is your birthday.
Vancouver, March
Oh,
20th.
Now everyone in the chat knows.
Buy this
go.
man.
Get my
Pepsi.
man all the gifts.
Right?
Give him all the
all
stars.
Just give
the
me a
gifts.
win, LAFC. That's all I care.
Scarf.
My stock down is the only thing that I could continue to complain about in the press box was the refereeing. It drove me nuts. Yellow cards. I don't know if he knows what they're for anymore. I mean, it was wildly entertaining, the almost brawl that happened. But where was the referee and all that? Just
Right.
kind of hanging
I
out.
will say, I do
Spectating.
think Mamadou Fall should have gotten a red card if we're being completely honest.
How so?
Well, I mean, I was right there and he elbow checked Rubio.
Yeah, but Rubio
After the-
started it.
Yeah, off of a foul, but you don't retaliate by going boom into the player's head. I'm sorry, but I'm glad we did.
But you do if it's Diego Rubio.
Yeah. No.
The guy's just
whatever.
asking for it. Look at his face.
Well, I'll tell you this, like Michael Barrios, like the balls on that guy trying to fight Mamadou Fall. I'm sorry, that guy's going to eat you for lunch. That Napoleon complex needs to go out the window. Mamadou Fall would stuff you in a locker and embarrass you.
And let me just say, speaking about how like awesome in beast mode Mamadou Fall is, Daniil Henry coming off the bench.
That's a
looks
massive
like
individual.
monster.
Yeah, I didn't realize how big he was.
I said that when
Whoa.
he came into. I was like, "Oh, a jersey that'll finally fit me if I get it from a player. That's awesome. I'm ready."
Our producer Jason and I were talking with Dave Denholm, the radio voice of LAFC before this, and he used physical specimen,
Physical
which he says is
specimen.
one of his favorite things to say, and I agree with Dave Denholm.
Some may say the same thing about
110%.
me.
Yes.
That was your nickname in high school, no?
Yeah.
Physical
It's
specimen.
Specimen.
Connor physical specimen Kalopsis.
Okay. So clip it.
Connor
Clip
P.S.
that.
Kalopsis.
Someone has asked when my birthday is. It's in September. It's September 6th.
And thank you, Jaden.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for asking. We'll celebrate when it comes.
And
All right.
I just want to reiterate the point I made at the very beginning of the match. Poetic justice. I like that.
No, that was solid. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just saying, y'all didn't win MLS Cup. Y'all came here out of the CONCACAF Champions League, 3-0 in the first game back. Come on, get out of here, Mark.
What do you think about MKB? It says wire to wire, top of the table.
It's entirely look. We said that this team looked like they were just in third gear.
Yep.
We think there's more to come. Oh, might I remind you, there is an open DP slot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that official? Is that really like? Is it actually fully open? right
Yes.
now?
Look. Okay.
What's the deal
Let's
with that?
do.
DPY.
This isn't what this is for, but let's do a little MLS, breakdown of the rules.
Stock down. My understanding
When
of the
Diego
DP rule.
Rossi left the team, although it was on loan because his salary was being paid by another team, you could have filled in a DP.
Okay.
Although it puts you in the precarious position if he were to come back,
Right.
which Atlanta seems to find themselves in year in and year out,
Right.
of having to ship one DP when you have
Carson
to
had that problem, I think. a
Carson
year
had
or
that
two
problem
ago,
too,
right?
and that's when we
Bypass those rules.
Carson had that problem. That's when we all thought there was going to be 4 DPs.
Right.
So at
So-
least we play
right.
by the rules.
Yeah.
Like the other team.
Yes.
Unlike my
Or still better.
Let's move on to another new segment. This is shot on target. So let's go back to our shots, our keys shots. We're wood shopping. We're working on that one. But let's go back to what we said in the pregame. And where were we right? Where were we wrong? I will say, again, I have to watch it again, but I think I was right about cutting out stupid mistakes. I really didn't see any.
And there were a couple questionable passes from the back, but I think the team
Mamadou almost caught on the ball very early.
The team did a very good job at dealing with those when the time came. So they made those silly mistakes, but unlike most times when we get punished for it, we didn't this today. We got donuts.
Yeah.
Clean sheet.
It took donuts. Steve said donuts.
Steve Cherundolo.
I like it.
Call back to In Touch with Steve Cherundolo.
Yeah, live
Check it
on
out on
YouTube.
LAFC's YouTube with yours truly. But he did say there would be
Nice
donuts. Nice plug. He said there would be donuts for shutouts. What else did we have? What were our other?
Look, my key to the match was Chicho playing the number 9 when he did it for those 20 minutes.
A different profile player.
Looked great. It was
Yeah.
fun. Didn't have as much of a chance to impact the match as we
still
thought he might.
set
but-
Danny free on 2
Oh, yeah.
Right?
very good
Chicho's
plays.
passing was on point.
I can't wait for him to be the number 9 all season.
And I think some of what they were lacking. Look, I think Mahal had an okay game. But some of what they were lacking was that bit of hold-up play and that
Sure.
little bit of passing. Mahal, not a passer.
He
Great
missed,
dribbler.
he missed Brian on the right on that one play through.
Brian will probably
Yeah,
be in his ear in the locker room after
for
the
sure.
game. But
And if that's Chicho, he makes that pass.
yes.
I'll tell you this, they certainly neutralized Jack Price. Jack Price was not...
And LAFC's
And
house, baby.
LAFC. I mean, they neutralized Jack Price. Jack Price, obviously one of the key figures and components of this Colorado Rapids team. We said it earlier on. My key to this game was like total defensive team effort. Colorado, over the course of the last 3 seasons, attacking set piece was their focal point. Jack Price didn't make an impact on this game. The team played defense and they played well, and more importantly, they communicated together. It was a total team defensive effort, which is something we needed to see. We know, and we came into this knowing that LAFC are going to score goals, but we wanted to make sure that they didn't concede goals, and they didn't. And that's because of a stellar performance by the back line, and of course, the ever so amazing presence of Maxime Crepeau.
Well, a name that we haven't said at all yet. Jesus David Murillo. Phenomenal game.
He was
For
solid.
a guy that not we all, but a lot of people wrote him off. A lot of people said he can't defend. I thought it was one of the best single performances I've seen from a center back in a long time. So extra shout out to
Sure.
Jesus David
I
Murillo.
think his distribution is still a little
yeah.
on the fence, but in terms of his defensive play, Yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I'll tell you what. Tell me we weren't all deflated the number of times that he was down on the pitch requesting and requiring medical assistance.
I mean, well,
early on in the game, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Heart palpitations galore.
Jonathan Lewis almost ripped his leg off, first of all. Right. Then he took one right to the dome. Then he took another one to the side of the face. It's tough. It's a tough day for him, but he hung in there, finished.
And he got the clean sheet.
He got the clean sheet. Didn't finish it all the way. Got, Danielle Henry came in for him. Probably a good idea. Connor, I remember yours because you're always
chances.
very easy. Yeah, finish
That's
your chances.
the Carlos Vela effect. When you have Carlos in front of the goal, he's going to score. I mean, I'm being completely honest. There was one in the first half and one in the second half where he could have had 5 goals today if he put away all his chances. That being said,
so would you say you were wrong then?
No, just
you
on the
can't say that
basis
when
that
you
he
score 3
scored a
goals,
hat trick.
right?
But there were still 4-ish chances that we could have had that many more goals.
Yeah.
Whether it was Danny or Carlos again. So
maybe we're saving him.
I'm more than happy.
Saving him for Portland.
Do we know who had the first throw-in? I didn't see. I have no
I think
idea.
it was Carlos.
Was it Carlos?
Yeah.
Carlos.
Well, you mean like on LAFC? Because I think Colorado actually had the first throw.
I don't know. No. Our
producers
in our ear saying Carlos.
Then I'm completely wrong, obviously. Because our producer
that's a weird
That's the voice
pick.
of God talking.
Hey, Philly, it's a long season. All right, well, let's move on. One last thing, and it's another new feature we have in here, and I like this one a lot. Okay, we're calling this Let Me Sleep on It. And I'm going to tag it with this. We're going to talk about this in the Monday show. So if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to 110 Football now so that you can join us for the Monday show, 1 p.m., LAFC 360. So each of these guys are going to give a topic that they thought was maybe a thing or not quite a thing, but they need to think more on it. And when we circle back on Monday, we will rehash that. I'm going to go with mine, and I'm going to kind of go back to the risk adverse. I got to sleep on it. I got to rewatch it again. Were LAFC clearing the ball more so? Were they more risk adverse in the back than I've ever seen them? Were they not playing out as much? I know they still had the DNA to play with the ball, use the ball, keep possession, but I felt that they were definitely a little more risk adverse. So I'll have to sleep on that. We'll come back and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on Monday.
Go.
There's the shout out for Steve
go.
Trumbo that I was waiting for. JR.
Yes.
What is your thing that you're going to take away from this that you're going to be thinking about all weekend?
So I want to go back and watch the midfield play because I don't think they were used nearly as much as I thought they would be. I mentioned that earlier in the in our stock up, stock down when we were talking, whatever it was.
They were in second gear for you.
I want to go back and take a look to see how the midfield played in the first half. I thought there were a lot of long balls over the top of the midfield from the defense to the front three. So I want to go back and watch and see how our midfield did in this match because I don't think they had as much of an impact as they will moving forward through the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think that's going to be more than a weekend question, right? Yeah. I think that's something we're going to really keep an eye on because we know Steve loves his midfielders and we really worked hard to freshen up that midfield.
Yeah, we rebuilt the whole midfield, absolutely.
All right, Philly, what do you got?
All right, I'm going to talk. What I'm going to sleep on is Western Conference dominance. Obviously, today was a fantastic game and a fantastic win and a fantastic performance by Carlos Vela. But is it because LAFC is that good? Or is it because the Colorado Rapids actually fell down to earth? Yes, they had 61 points last season. Yes, they did this with the lowest payroll in Major League Soccer. They didn't improve. They brought in Brian Acosta, a DP from FC Dallas, and under 22-year-old Max, who scored that goal against Comunicaciones. They didn't upgrade their scoring, okay? They're still that same team from last season. So I don't know whether LAFC is that good or Colorado, again, fell back down to earth. As excited as I am, I'm still going to wait and see as to how our team performs against teams like Portland and other teams like a Seattle that would really determine how good LAFC really is.
There's a Meatloaf shout out in the chat. That's new.
Meatloaf?
I hope they're not referring to me as looking like Meatloaf.
No. Yeah. No, the singer.
I would
not
do
the food.
anything for love, but I won't do that.
But get us in the chat. What are you thinking about? What is going to stick with you for this weekend? Hooligan Ox, who's always great.
I love Ox.
Talking about keeping the momentum up going the whole season. Jaden, who's being way too nice to me, thinking about me. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're being way too kind. Connor, besides me, what will you be thinking about for the rest of the weekend?
Now I feel very uncomfortable. Where's the trash can?
Yeah, I want to leave now. That was really
okay. See you later.
That was really weird.
Peace out.
I'd say Mamadou Fall.
Yeah.
Look, we talked about his inexperience last year, maybe being a little overconfident at times when playing out from the back, but out of all the elements of the LAFC starting lineup, he would be the one that maybe didn't. I'm not saying he had a bad performance, but talking about risk and kind of those silly mistakes, it would have been him. I'm not just talking about that one misplaced pass. I'm just talking about when Colorado were in the final third. I don't know how confident I am when Mamadou in front of the player. So,
Interesting.
So I'll have to sit on it. Maybe I'd be more comfortable with Sebastian Ibiaga or Daniil Henry.
I will say defensive set pieces, Mamadou Fall was a beast.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Mamadou
Aerial.
Fall Airlines, man.
Yep.
Right?
I love it. Trademark it.
Get the shirt ready.
Find it.
There we go.
Okay, we got to get out of here soon, but I want to get one last thought from the panel. One last just parting shot. Something
Sure.
quick. What do you got?
Best team in the MLS. That's what we're watching. From wire to wire, I love the chat when they said it. You're absolutely right. This is going to be the class of Major League Soccer in 2022.
I love Andreas says Vela revenge season. That's
Right?
going to be mine. Andreas, me and you, we're going with that one. Philly, what do you got?
I took 40 milligrams of melatonin last night to contain my excitement. It
What is
didn't
that?
work, and I am still beyond excited. I'm so happy that we are back at Banc of California Stadium. I'm so happy that LAFC kicked the season off on the right foot. I'm just excited. I'm just happy to be here, folks.
Are you
Yeah.
promoting
Oh, trust me,
narcotics
no.
on our show?
No. He just said he
I
took
said
it.
melatonin. I didn't mention the brand. Either way, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy that we had a statement game, and I'm happy Carlos Vela had a hat trick.
Like Vince's, I'll just say Carlos Vela. Everyone missed him so much when he was injured. Everyone thought maybe he doesn't want to be here. You said it, Philly. He wants to be here. He's Carlos Vela. Y'all forgot who Carlos Vela was? He's Carlos Vela.
Yep.
He scores a hat trick on opening day just because he feels like it. That's who he is.
And that celebration, the raw emotion, especially the third goal.
right in front of
32-52.
Yeah.
You know he loves it.
And that's LAFC.
Yeah.
That's LAFC.
As he says, I just want to be happy. I think he's very happy today.
He's happy today.
I think he's very happy today. All right, guys, let's
dance.
Of course. All right, let's take a look at what we've got coming up for the rest, or next week. Next week, let's look at the schedule here. All right, Monday, like I said, LAFC 360. It's our LAFC show. It's live with your comments. With some of these guys, sometimes from time to time, Connor and I will be there. I'm not sure who's on the show, but we'll find out. All right, Jessica Black and Max Bredos are on that LAFC 360 show. That's at 1 p.m., followed by Expansion Mansion. That's our fun MLS show. Philly will be back for that one. That's at 4 p.m. And then, of course, we will be right back here in front of Free Play, to the right of HQ.
Yeah, you know where we
the
are.
Portland game. So please come in here. We want to get you guys in the chat, but we also want to have you guys behind us so we can get you on screen. So please join us for that. Anything else?
I think
Let's
that was
go.
wonderful.
Let's go.
You did a great job. You did a great job, except for the 1-1.
Suck up us.
As JR knows, as a good teacher, he knows that I need all the plaudits I can get. So thank you, everyone. Join us next week, but we'll see you guys on Monday, more importantly. Emojis, do it.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining us.